Okay. He's having a go.
Can't we get on it? Evening all, welcome to another vlog this week.
It is. It's the start of another week and the start of another vlog.
I'm very uncomfortable about doing this because I've been told that I've got to do this, despite the fact that it's not my vlog, it's Sammy's vlog.
It's the Hyde's Florida Life vlog, which includes you.
And we're normally just minions and pawns on it, you know.
Oh.
The boss is it. Anyway, I'm being taken out on a surprise...
birthday.
A surprise
40th.
Birthday visit, right? It's a surprise, but somebody's decided to put the location in the sat-nav. So the surprise is no longer a surprise. I know exactly where I'm going.
Hey, look, you were already having an indication of what kind of thing you were going to.
Well,
given
in the last hour, Sally has turned up in cowboy boots. Ross has turned up as Ross in a denim shirt and boots, and he's got boots on. He has got boots on.
I've just got jeans.
Sammy's dressed in semi-cowboy outfits as well, with boots. I just look fantastic as always. So we're going to do I say the American way?
If you want to.
Rodeos BBQ. Rodeos BBQ in
I
Wolverhampton.
think if you were in Texas, it's the rodeo.
Yeah, there you go. Mum.
Rodeo.
It's the rodeo.
So we're going to Rodeos BBQ. I've got no idea what it is. I'm guessing it serves food. I'm hoping there's beer. There better be.
They definitely serve beer. They might even serve a little bit of moonshine.
What?
They do, yeah.
Well, if I don't make it till tomorrow, it was nice knowing you all. So,
Straight out the bath.
Sammy, when she's not driving, she'll take you on the rest of the trip. Kind of like Dora the Explorer.
Because we need to make sure that the birthday boy has a top-notch night out, seeing as this is, for the time being anyway, his only adult outing for his 40th. We've got to make it a good one.
I don't know if you lot already know this, but I have been to Miller and Carter twice this week. So it's kind of like
that
kind of
exhibition
like adult,
that he was at
adult
last week,
outings.
that he was working.
We did go to Hickory's last week.
Working.
We did go to Hickory's, yeah,
Went to
but
Hickory's
it wasn't
last
an adult night out because the kids were there.
There's
You've
always
got me, I'm not really now.
Oh, wait, just currently left Finn crying on the basis that apparently we always go out without them.
no, we don't go anywhere without them.
Yes.
Kids are horrible. Anyway, see you shortly.
There we go, look. Normal service has been resumed. We're here.
I'm more fun.
We're right by the canal in Wolverhampton. So, yes, and we are heading over here to Rodeos. We are in the bad booth.
Which is very appropriate.
It is. This is going to be a fun night. Fingers crossed, anyway.
I'm looking forward to watching you. I'm looking forward to watching you lot fall off that.
Yeah, I don't think I'm getting on there in this skirt, to be perfectly honest. And by that, we're talking about this, which is going to make for some really funny footage
Especially as we're
later.
right next to it.
Yes. Oh yeah, there's a booking Bronco. We're going to have so much fun. So we have booked this with a live music event tonight. So there is going to be some country music thrown into the mix.
No singer.
And so because it is a live event night, they have a set menu. So you can either do 2 courses or add on for an extra $5 at the 3rd course. And I'll show you the menu in a second. Mark is just having a look. So I've got to admit, so far this place looks really cool. They also sell Brooklyn Lager, which is our favourite kind of American lager that we can get here in the UK. So that's what the old man's getting. Howdy bites, halloumi fries, quick draw nachos or smoked chicken wings. Plains, burger, veggie burger, Pitmaster's tray, Dirty Sanchez barbecue stacker. Ooh. And then dessert, brownie and ice cream, or a chocolate orange cheesecake. Drinks menu.
Yeah. Is she going to go out for drinks though?
We even got a bit of moonshine, bit of wine, and shots.
Yeah. All right.
As well as drinks for those of us that are the designated driver. However, I have concluded that I might go Brooklyn Lager Shandy for as long as I possibly can. Even though that's a bit of sacrilege, to be honest, mixing it with lemonade. I think Mark is going to enjoy it though tonight. He's already like...
I was singing and dancing in the car park before it.
So we got food. Ross went wings.
Wings.
Marky, me and Sally all went nachos. Yes. We've now got our mains in and we've all gone for the Pitmaster platter. Is it good?
That's just a cucumber.
Ooh, pickle cucumber too.
That's just a cucumber.
That cucumber is nice.
I knew you were Swifties, I could tell just by looking at you.
America! Oh my gosh, it's time for the Bronco.
This is going to be hilarious just to be sitting here and watching it.
Are you having a go, Marky? He's having a go.
That can't be good on.
Mate, no need for that, right, aren't I? What you did?
And that is a wrap from Rodeos BBQ for tonight. So we are off home, sleep, and we will see you tomorrow on Sunday. Dolly Parton was there, apparently. Good night for now. Good morning, everybody, and a very happy Sunday. So, it is the morning after the night before. And we had a really good time at Rodeos BBQ last night. It was a whole host of fun and definitely recommended by us. The singer was really good and really great. they do have tribute acts and tribute nights on there as well, so you have to keep an eye out for those on their website. The food, it had to be the set menu for that night, which I think I said last night, but the actual menu, looking on the website, looks top notch, but you've got to go on a night when they don't have the sort of like the live entertainment-y thing on to get that. They also do line dancing on a Monday night, and some of the bar staff were doing some of the line dances to some of the songs. I was like, oh God, I really want to join in, but I'd feel like a right numpty. So I was like, I quite like the idea of line dancing. But that's on a Monday night, so that's not going to work. But even so, they have line dancing on there, and it is a really, really good barbecue type-esque menu. We had a really, really good night, to be fair. A lot of fun, a lot of drinking done by some, but it was a birthday celebration, obviously. So that just means today really is a catch up on all of the normal household stuff, tidying up and washing and ironing. So it is a very boring day, I'm afraid, for you guys. So probably won't vlog a lot today. I've also got to desperately try to get the Awfully Big Adventure vlog finished. It's a SeaWorld one, which is supposed to be going out today, and I'm not sure whether I'm going to get it done. Having a full-on working week last week definitely interrupted the vlogging situation or the editing side of things. So I'm going to try and catch all that back up this week. But we did have some exciting post. It was actually on Friday, and then I was going to vlog about it yesterday, and the day got away. But either way, we have, as being as things are going to be taking a lot longer to get to Florida, and we had our whole, we're going to live life while we're still here, we invested in some Merlin passes. So yes, we can go out on some more family days out and just enjoy some more family fun. Because there was a little heartwarming, but also a little bit of a really situation with Finley yesterday. So we'd been telling them all week we were going out, and at the point in time that we left, he decided at that point in time that he was going to get all upset about the fact that we were going out somewhere without him. Now, you've been following us for long enough to know that we do pretty much everything with our kids. The amount of times we go out without them as grown-ups is like this much. So it was a little bit like, come on, Finn. But in the same vein, he wants to be with his mum and dad, so I'm not going to complain and argue about that, because they grow up far too fast and they end up like Jacob, who's 12 and doesn't know whether we're here or not here, to be fair. So yes, we've got these to make more family days out, more family memories. And it does come with these gold passes. We will at least have some more exciting things to take you on in this kind of like continue to wait to get to Florida situation. So that's our little bit of exciting family stuff coming up. We need to decide on our first destination and set up a new family date day. But the one thing that we did say is that when we do eventually get down to London, scope for us to expand on our pre-interview medical time down in London with a trip to a couple of the destinations included on this pass, which would be Madame Tussauds, it would be the main sea life aquarium in London, and the London Eye. So you can come along with us for that, when we get a date, of course. Right then, I'd better get off and start. I've got washing already going in the washing machine. That might need switching over to the tumble dryer now, actually. And then I need to go and get editing this video for Awfully Big Adventure. I will catch up with you in a bit. Good afternoon, and a very happy Wednesday. It's not vlogged at all week. We really haven't had anything to share. It's just been a work week. But Mark and I are playing hooky this afternoon. Well, pretty much all day, to be fair. Just had a hospital appointment to go to, so we've been to that. We've decided to come out for lunch on our way back. So we've popped to the MacArthur Glen outlet, which you've seen us come to before. And we're stopping for a spot of Pizza Express. It's So I thought I'd bring you along and come with us for lunch. So yeah, it's nice and quiet in here for a Wednesday afternoon because everybody's at work and all the kids are at school. We get to enjoy it nice and peaceful. That's the plan. But they're celebrating 60 years of Pizza Express and they've got these, which we're definitely giving a try. Got some Hawaiian hot dough balls. So yeah, we'll see whether they come out looking like that picture or not. Because sometimes it never quite lives up to it, does it? Obviously Mark's still ringing speaky people, so technically
I'm always working.
still working.
I'm working when I'm asleep.
Kind of working. Ooh, so the food is here. That was Mark's burnt ends pizza, a Roma one or something. Polenta chips. And then I got the Polo Astra. It's the Ledra one, so it's got the hole in the middle with the salad. Just waiting for the dough balls. Got high expectations for those. Ooh, there they are. Look at those. Don't they look cool? If you're in the pineapple on pizza camp, those things, very, very, very good. Coming to you from a new venue. Yes, the garage. I am on the treadmill, getting a little bit of extra walking time in, getting some extra steps. Cheating a little bit. I should really, it's such a beautiful evening, I should really go out, but I just don't fancy it. So, I'm using the treadmill. Anyways, yes, it is Wednesday. You will have seen me and Mark had a nice lunch out. We did pop into a couple of shops while we were there before we came back with the kids. I got a shirt from Levi's, Mark got a pair of jeans, and he got a polo t-shirt from Gant. And that's pretty much all we got. Interesting quandary. We may have mentioned that we were potentially looking at the idea of a holiday as being as things are going to be a bit delayed. And obviously, getting back to Florida was kind of on our list. So, we started exploring options. And Mark went, better just check the ESTAs. And he checked the ESTAs. And after our trip in April, we realised that they expired. Yes, they expired at the beginning of this month. He was like, oh, I'll just have a little look about going and renewing them. And then we hit an issue. It asks you on your ESTA questionnaire if you've ever applied for a visa to go to the States before. And when you hit the yes button, it asks you if you've applied for an immigrant visa before. And at that point in time, little alarms were going off, thinking maybe we should stop now. A little bit of Google, and it doesn't look like we can travel on an ESTA anymore because by having the immigrant visa in process, we're demonstrating immigrant intent. So we have fired an email off to the lawyers to ask them a question about it, to see if our sort of Google research is right. Primary issue, outside of us potentially looking at a holiday, is the fact that Mark might need to go for work sooner rather than later, and I don't think he's going to be able to travel. So now we've got a question with the lawyers as well about the possibility for meeting the criteria from a business need perspective for expediting for a visa interview. Now they've got a very limited set of circumstances that becomes applicable for. We aren't even best guessing that. So we put all of the details to the lawyer and to ask them about that situation. That's something we didn't think was going to be an issue. So yeah, we'll update you on that front once we hear back from the lawyers. So that's this week's little dilemma. Other than that, a pretty uneventful week really. So just ticking off a few medical things, getting some stuff sorted, appointments done, Jacob, unfortunately, has now got to have nail surgery on his other foot. So, bless him, that's not good. Going to have to try and speak to the school about the possibility of him wearing trainers for the remainder of the term, which isn't going to go down well either, because these days, school uniform policy, no trainers. So, we'll have to hope that maybe they will give that some consideration. But yeah, that's it. However, the other exciting little things that we've got going on is I am getting kind of daily updates from Isabel. She keeps sending me little snaps and little clips as she's doing her cultural exchange programme, and just so I can see what it's all about. And she has said that she's happy for me to share little bits of it here in case anybody is interested, and I figured I'd give it a bit of a trial, this video. See what you think, see if it's something you're interested in seeing. You know, a bit of a day in the life of a, you know, an exchange student, coupled into this as she is family and part of our family. That is something else. I'll insert a couple of little clips here.
So, through security now, I'm just going to go shopping. So, flight has been delayed. I was sat down at the boarding gate, and then I got an email that it got delayed by an hour. So I've just quickly gone back, and I wanted to get a pen to do some crosswords, and now I'm going back to sit there. So very quickly, I am really sweaty and a mess from travelling, but I've just got in late at night. I know my flight got delayed. It's a very big room. Thank you to Sam and Mark. It's so nice. Another little wardrobe here. A little kitchen area. A bed. Little towels. And this, I don't have I'm on the ground floor, which works out easy for me because I'm only here for 2 days. I need to lug all that luggage up the stairs. But oh my gosh. Right, all packed. I'm heading up to Universal now. I'm going. I've just got to walk to Disney Springs to get an Uber because for some reason I can't get an Uber to pick me up from out here. Every time I do it, it sends me to Disney Springs pickup, so I'm just going to walk to Disney Springs to do it because I can't bother to mess around. So yeah. Alright, we're finally here. So I'm going to go first and now go and get a souvenir cup because I left mine at home. Stupid. But look. It's all fuzzy because of how humid it is, but I'm here. But it is so warm today. It's just so humid. It's not even really the sun's out. But so I was going to Glasgow's for single riders, but it's closed and we don't know when it's come back up. So I'm just gonna go to ride the Mid Journey whilst it's 10 minutes because I just want to get everything done. Like, I'm not bothered about the big rides. I just want to get like a few things done. So I want to hop over to Universal before 3 because it's going to start thundering and everything. So I'm in Universal now. I've been on Monday. I did the Rip Ride Bronco, which is going around now. And it was empty when I got here, but now it's starting to fill up. Like, I mean, this is empty right now, but like the rides are starting to do it. So I think I'm gonna refill my souvenir cup and then go for a walk somewhere. So what would I go on? Just rode Velocicoaster. I got front row, so yippee. And it only took me like a 10 to 15 minute wait, considering it's like a 45-minute queue. Single rider has been a dream. I've got loads. And now I'm going to go home because my phone's about to die. And I need to book an Uber. I got back and I've just quickly changed clothes because I was sweating, had a quick cold shower. And now I'm going to the food court. Well, Chippendales like cafe or something like that to go get some food. And then I'm going to go back to the pool. So I went to Disney Springs because I'm going to go watch the fireworks. But I went first to Disney Springs to get myself a new bag. So I wanted like a little, I wanted one like just to like over the shoulder one, so I didn't bring one. But this sort of fun, but this was cute, so I was like, I'm getting that. And then I went to go find some more training, like clothes I can wear for training week. And did find some work, but then I looked at the time and I was like, oh, the queue was really long in Zara, and I was like, I'm gonna have to go. So I'm gonna come back tomorrow if I have time to get that top. Because it's only 12 quid, whereas everything else in Zara was really expensive. So I've been very busy, but I'm going to Animal Kingdom today, and as you can see, but I'm so tired. Yesterday was a full day of Universal, and the day before was Magic Kingdom, and now Animal Kingdom at Epcot all day long.
Big thumbs up to Isabel. Love you lots, darling. If you ever watch this, you probably won't. We're not cool enough for the youngsters, are we, really? So, yeah. That's just a little bit about what she's been up to. Finster's off on his football training. It's Wednesday evening. Mark's took him. And he's got football tournament on Saturday. Outside of that, not really much else going on this week. Today's Wednesday so far. And I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Good afternoon and a very happy Thursday to you all. Unfortunately today has not gone to plan. Finley was supposed to have been taking part in an athletics tournament through school today in Lichfield. So I thought it would have been a lovely little thing to have took you for a little stroll around Lichfield. I probably wouldn't have been able, obviously, to have filmed him in his athletics tournament, but we could have had a nice little stroll around Beacon Park and I could have showed you around there. But the county council decided, because of the weather, because of the rain that was forecast, and there was supposed to have been some thunderstorms, which never arrived, they cancelled the event. So sadly, no athletics tournament for Finley today. But Mark has just took him ice skating. Some little bit of compensation for Finley anyway, that he didn't get to go and compete today. So that's where they have gone. I'm just tidying up school bags before figuring out dinner for Jacob, and then back on that fitness thing again, off on the treadmill, and might try some Pilates today. I had a little go at a thing yesterday. Might give that a whirl, who knows. Anyway, that's what I'm up to. I will be then going round Sally's later. Video call from my dad and stepmom, who are currently away on holiday in Burnham-on-Sea, enjoying their last couple of days before they come back. So they will video call us, which is all good practice, obviously, when we are in Florida and we do video calls instead. Good to get that up and running, really. Anyways, I'll catch up with you in a bit. Good morning and a very happy Friday to you all. We are here, we have made it through another week. And I am just doing a packed lunch for Finley. He is off on a school trip today, going on like an arty adventure. So they could choose from either doing workshops on art or workshops on dance and drama. Apparently everybody at school was telling him he should do drama, but Finn's opted for art. So he's really excited and looking forward to that. But he does need a packed lunch and lots of snacks today. So let's get cracking on that. So it's not necessarily the healthiest selection, but it's Friday and we've got next to no food in the house. Yeah, the shop doesn't tend to come till a Sunday, so we kind of muddle through the weekend. And I did that because we end up eating out quite a lot. We're getting takeaway or whatever, especially on a Friday night. So it's pointless me having all the fresh stuff, because obviously dates on things aren't very long these days, are they? So, yeah, I don't tend to get shopping till a Sunday. Anyway, enough on Finley's lunch, because that's not what we're here for. I hope everybody's week has been going well and you have an exciting weekend ahead of you. As next week is, well, from tomorrow really, it's a football weekend, well, or day anyway. Finley's got football training tonight and then he has his summer tournament tomorrow. Got no plans for Sunday as yet, but we may make some. The new How to Train a Dragon movie's out, isn't it? So I might get Mark to have a look, see if we can get in and go and see that, because I quite fancy that. But yeah, we'll think about what we're up to next week. But obviously that's in next week's vlog, not this week. So the rest of today, for me then, Jacob's toe saga. Oh my goodness. How can a 12-year-old have so much in the way of ingrowing toenails? That's what I want to know. Anyways, we are off to get toe 2 done. But fortunately, the podiatry company that we use, because we have paid for it privately, because he didn't want the whole nail removing, and it was indicated that that would be the road they'd go to down through the NHS. So it was like £300 to have the toenail removed, the suture or whatever they call it. Anyway, and I said to him at the time, because his other toe was playing up, should we get that one done at the same time, mate? You know, get it all sorted in one hit. No, it's fine. It's fine. The lady's cut down it now, so it'll be fine. Lo and behold, here we are, 5 weeks down the line, and the other toe needs doing. So, very kindly, the podiatry company, our practice, have just let us pay a top up for what it would have cost to have had 2 toes done at the same time. So we're not having such as bad a hit on it as we could have done anyway. So that is what I'm going to be doing this morning and early afternoon. And then this afternoon is all about editing the vlog. So not lots, but we will take you along with what we can. And I'm going to carry on making this lunch. While I'm at it though, we have had a response back from our solicitors or lawyers in America on the ESTA situation. So what they said was that they non-committal either way on the ESTA front. They said they have had clients that have managed to get their ESTA, and they have had clients that haven't managed to get an ESTA. So the other option that we do have is to try for this expedited interview request, which I briefly touched on the other day on Wednesday. So we prepped all of the letters and just asked the lawyers to review the documents for us to try to help minimise the costs on that. They've came back and have said that the documents are fine. They made a couple of comments about things that Mark may want to do with regards to those letters, change a bit of information and stuff. He also had letters from the organisations that potentially were going to look for his support, hence the reason of needing to go to America, to back up the claim for needing the expedited request for business purposes. And there's some very strict criteria around being able to expedite it for a business. And that is tied up to significant financial impacts of your presence not being there. It is also tied up with impact on American workers or impact on jobs for Americans if you aren't there. So yeah, basically. And everything that's gone into Mark's letters and even the letters from the employing companies, that is all the case. So it's not like anything's been made up, it is all genuinely true. But in terms of success rate of getting an expedition request, it's a subjective thing based on who picks up your request. Long story short. Whichever officer picks up your request and reviews it will determine whether to grant the request or not grant the request. So that's where we're at with that. He has put the request through on the public inquiry part of the website, visa website for it, because that's where it says if you do that it gets attached to your case and it gets tracked. There is also an email address that you can send them to as well, but Mark was keen on the idea of putting it through the inquiry form because it was trackable. That is sent in and it comes back to say that you should get a reply within 30 days. Well, no, one of three things could happen at this point in time. Best case scenario, expedition request gets a thumbs up and we see an interview letter sooner rather than later. The other positive turnout outcome is that we have a normal interview letter come through because the July visa bulletin has just been released and the EB2NIW visas, which I told you last week had jumped 4 months, in July they're not moving anywhere. So they are now at a holding point where no more priority dates are moving forward, if that makes sense. Which also means there's no new quota of EB2 candidates in the queue for interview in London. So there's a chance it could move for anybody that's got current visa availability. So that's the other positive outcome. But obviously the negative outcome here is that they decline the expedition request and then we're still waiting a prolonged period of time for the normal interview, which kind of crosses over into the second positive, if that makes sense, because nobody knows what the timelines are for these things. So yeah, that's a little update on that. But in the meantime, no news on the house, nothing's moved any further forward, so everything is at a stalemate on that front. And we are just getting on with normal life. Making memories with people, going out day trips, making memories with ourselves. And that is what we're going to focus on. Spending time here with each other, with loved ones, and making memories. Let's get this in his bag and get him to school. Right then, bag packed. Let's get him gone. And so before we crack on with the day, a spot of breakfast. Set us up for a good, productive start. So this is mine today. Topped off nicely with a cup of coffee. It's not quite a Joffrey's though. And what's more, I know that sounds like an oxymoron, because I'm drinking coffee out of a Starbucks mug, which is coffee, and talking about another brand of coffee. But the Joffrey's coffee just pips it.
Hello, it is actually the next day, and I have just realised that we never actually ended the vlog yesterday. Just very short, just to say, I hope you've enjoyed watching this week's vlog. I hope you've enjoyed seeing some little snippets from Isabel's time in Florida. I'm just going to possibly play around with that as the weeks go on, because she's there for 10 weeks. Only because I imagine as she starts getting into the swing of her, life in Disney World over the course of that time, the videos are going to drop off. And it's probably just going to be photo snaps. So I might just put in little updates with a picture or whatever as we're going along, because she's going to be there, she's making friends, and she's going to be at work. So yes, I expect that to fully change as we go on through her time there, but it's nice to be able to see what she's been getting up to, and at least she is the one actually in Florida right now. Anyways, thank you very much for watching and coming with us this week. If you've got any questions at all, drop them in the comments below as usual. And if you haven't yet, please do subscribe and come along for the rest of our journey. Fingers crossed we'll be moving forward more now. So yeah, hopefully we'll be getting to Florida sooner rather than later. So thank you very much for watching, and we will see you next week. Bye for now.